to be in the midst of all these great people. I was born in Osun State. I schooled in Bendel. I went to university in the north, and I worked in every part of this country. In fact, I remember 25 years ago, I was in Oyewole to look at problems of Lassa fever. It took me to Abombise and so many other places. So on this, my return home, I wanted to dress like the Oyewole, but thanks to Arik, I'm only in shirt and trouser. So I quickly go through. Our two speakers have actually defined what I wanted to say. I hope the slides are on, but I don't know whether they are. If not, I'll just go through. You've heard that health is not just physical. It has other things. But you can see that focus has been on the government. I think we have one major problem in this country. It is we don't focus on the people. We assume that government is responsible for our health. But what Ebola has done, what we've seen, what Ebola, the people who have made it, it's not the government that brought us Ebola. It was an individual who broke the law in Liberia. Paracos is happening today because an individual in Nigeria broke the law and did not stay where they put him. So I'm talking to you, our colleagues. Let's leave the government aside. Let's talk to us as individuals, because together we can do this thing. The government alone cannot do it. And so my focus is on we as individuals. And when the WHO says that health is a state of, not just a state of physical, complete physical, we also talk about mental and social well-being. And so if you are physically well, it does not mean you are not sick. Are you getting my point? So let me look at it. Nigeria has a lot of, still I don't think there are any slides there. Okay, I'll use my own slide. The slides are more beautiful than myself, but there's nothing I can do about that. So there are lots of diseases that occur in this country which emerge from different areas. You can start from CSM, HIV/AIDS, cholera, measles, Lassa fever. Ebola is also one of them. And you can see so many others. And we talk about diethylene glycol poisoning. We think of lead poisoning in different parts of. So epidemics occur with different diseases, but human beings are responsible. The government may do its own side, but you as an individual, what have you done? And so when WHO says that your health is more than the physical, let me tell you some of the signs that shows when somebody is sick, mentally, spiritually, or whatever. Okay. So some of the signs and symptoms of your lack of health, listen, it may affect you one by one. When you drive your car like a madman against the run of traffic, you enter a one-way road from the wrong side, you are not well. Oh, it's true. When you buy a jet to land you in your school, on the field in your village, because there's no road to your village, something is wrong with you. Are you listening to me? When you get cured of malaria, and then you go back to where you are, the mosquitoes will give you malaria again, and you go back to the doctor, and then you get malaria for the rest of your life, something is wrong somewhere. That's what the WHO is talking about. It's not physical death. It's also mentally, spiritually, and your social well-being. When you accept 500 naira from the one to sell your vote to the person who has been cheating you, so that he can continue to cheat you and your generation, something is wrong with you. When you build a 12-room mansion with a car allocated to each room, and then you lock up the car and you lock up the house, something is wrong with you. When you consider that excellence and mediocrity are twin brothers, something is wrong somewhere. And when you have Ebola and you escape from quarantine to cause the death of your own doctor, you can't be madder than, I'm sure, madder, much madder than Patrick Silva or whatever he calls himself. Whatever his Patrick is or whatever. So what are the challenges of building a healthy nation? Let's look at it. Living under the assumption that you are well and that physical health is all you need, that is also a problem. You say, I'm not dead. So, I'm healthy. Since I'm not dead, I'm okay. But you are sick. And you still say, since you have not died, then you are well. You don't even know what your problem is. Or you are not accepting it when they tell you. You remember what they said about, this is not my portion. No, it has never happened in my family. They say you have cancer, you say, no, it never happened in my family. They say you have cancer, you say, God forbid. You say you have cancer, you say, hallelujah, I'm going to pray. You are sick. That's one of the things. So we need to check all those things. Now, what are the foundations we need to build a healthy nation? We must build on the solid rock of the citizens of the country. The foundation must be on the people, not in the government house. The diseases don't occur in the government houses. They occur in the rural areas. I mean, you've been hearing of polio. Have you ever had polio in the State House? They will never get polio in the State House. The polio is with the people, and that's why we need to build on that solid rock. You must build with your citizens in mind. You must build with them, and you must build for them. I'm sure our APC governors are listening. That's what you have been doing, but you have to do it more, because we are getting more people, and therefore you must build for your people, you must build with them, you must build for them. You must build block by block, involving everyone, engaging all. You can't have an enemy when you want to make progress. Your government, the citizens, the private sector, the individuals, the industries, the young and the old. We must integrate our health together with other things like our education and agriculture and environment. Environmental pollution creates more problem for us. What do we need to do to make sure that we don't have disease in our environment? The price of liberty is eternal vigilance. Our colleagues have talked about disease surveillance. Let me tell you what happened to us about Ebola. Let's not deceive ourselves. We were absolutely lucky. And I'll give you 3 reasons why we're lucky. Patrick Sawyer collapsed at the airport. He did not go through the system to end up in Calabar, where he would have had where the meeting was going on. He passed through the VIP. Sometimes some of those things had the advantage. He passed through the VIP channel. He didn't go with the normal crowd. And then our doctors were on strike. So he didn't go to a public hospital. So you took him to a private clinic. So it was easy to contain that. That's what happened. But then, let me also say one thing. The government of Lagos State and what is happening in Port Harcourt State, Port Harcourt now, have done a great job in combating and controlling what has happened. We need a reliable disease surveillance and response program in this country. We keep the disease away. We let us know when things are coming. And when they occur, we need a proper response, as has been done by the two states. As I said, Ebola in Port Harcourt is a reminder that government and citizens must work together in building a healthy nation. Now, let me go to our Constitution. I knew about this one because I was in the national conference. I don't think we did too well, but that's the truth. Chapter 2, Section 23 of the 1999 Constitution declares that our national ethics shall be discipline, integrity, dignity of labor, self-reliance, patriotism, and excellence. In the last 15 years, we have been unaware of that section of the Constitution, or we neglected it. Consequently, in our country, when what is seen is not seen. Let me say that in S-I-N. What is seen is not seen. And the sin we see, we don't call it sin. These are some of the problems that we're having in our country. We have been told about the issue of health, that only 6% of that goes to the budget. We allocated about 4 billion to the National Health Insurance, which only covers about 5 million people out of the 170 million in this country. States are already setting up their community insurance, and states of the APC in particular. And these are things I think we need to mention, to remember that other states need to do that so that we can get to our people. We need to scale up such things.